With lots of ups and downs and a new update to the rare drop pool, cases have been sort of a hot topic recently, and with CS2 having a relatively uncertain future, I think it's high time that we take a look at cases and talk about their future. And we'll get into that after a word from our sponsor, SkinsMonkey. Today's video is sponsored by SkinsMonkey. SkinsMonkey is a website you can use to trade in some of your old skins that you don't want anymore for some brand new skins to spice up your inventory. Even if the skin you want is on a trade hold, it'll go straight to your SkinsMonkey backpack until it's ready to be withdrawn. If you use code Nalo on SkinsMonkey, you'll get two different bonuses. First is a $5 trade bonus, and the second is a 5% deposit bonus on top of the deposit bonus they already give you. It's super easy to withdraw the items from SkinsMonkey in an instant. As you can see, I have all my trades right here, and even if you don't want to pick up some skins on SkinsMonkey, they also have daily, weekly, and monthly giveaways that you can enter completely for free. So what are you waiting for? Go check out SkinsMonkey with the link in the description below. Claim your free bonuses, courtesy of yours truly, and spice up that inventory. Now I think the place that I want to start is with the Snakebite case, because that was put into the rare drop pool. At the beginning of February, Snakebite cases were valued at around 16 cents on the Steam market. As we got closer to the new update, they rose a little bit, going up to around 22 cents, and then once the update dropped and everybody figured out that Snakebite was in the rare drop pool, they spiked up to 32 cents, and now they've kind of normalized out at around 22 cents. So the news of the rare drop pool getting the addition of the Snakebite case clearly made it rise, and that's not really anything that was hard to predict. The rare drop pool means that there's a significantly lower amount of quantity of that specific case coming into the game, so a spike is to be expected. Now, something that was a little bit unusual to me about the Snakebite case was that it actually wasn't the longest running case in the active drop pool. So myself and other people thought that the fracture case would be the next to move to the rare drop pool. Now, of course, the length of time that a case is in the active drop pool doesn't exactly mean that it's going to move to the rare drop pool. It's just sort of a decent theoretical factor to go off of. As a lot of people have pointed out, if they moved Fracture to the rare drop pool, then we would have a ton of glove cases in the active drop pool at a ratio that just kind of didn't make sense. So with the introduction of the Kilowatt case that featured a new knife, it kind of makes sense to keep the Fracture case and the Kilowatt case in the active drop pool, so there's a greater representation of cases that drop knives rather than gloves. Anyway, what does this mean for the future of the Snakebite case? Well, one important point to bring up here is that the Snakebite case kind of just sucks. While there are some cool gloves that are available in the Snakebite case, they are nowhere near the most desired pairs of gloves. Not only that, but gloves are less desired than knives in the first place, so at least for the rare special item aspect of the Snakebite case, there's not a lot to look forward to. As for the actual skins in it, those are pretty lackluster as well. We've got a couple high points like the AK Slate, and to some people the USP Trader, but for the most part the skins in the Snakebite case are not well beloved by most of the community, and to a degree we can kind of see the effect this has had on the Snakebite case itself. Despite getting moved to the rare drop pool, it's kind of normalized out at a price that it was before getting moved to the rare drop pool, and it's sort of steadily staying at that price for the time being. Now that's not to say that the Snakebite case is a terrible investment. One of the really nice things about it is that it's super cheap, meaning that with any amount of money that you're going to spend on rare drop cases, the Snakebite case is going to be able to be bought at a much larger quantity, while still getting the benefits of having the case be in the rare drop pool. But as for its future price performance and just how dependent the CS market is on demand, I don't really see the Snakebite case really having super crazy performance, so that's something to keep in mind. There are other rare drop cases that aren't much more expensive that I think would be more worthwhile to dedicate your money towards. Now, what about the next case to go into the rare drop pool? Some people have said the recoil case will be next to further diminish the amount of glove cases in the active pool. I personally think it'll be Fracture at this point because it's been in the pool for so long, but we really won't know for sure until that time comes. But there's my opinion on it, at least if you want to trust that. Now, what about the best possible case to invest in? Well, my friends Master Shiny and Germ have actually both made full case investing tier lists, so I'd go there to get a really deep breakdown on them. At the moment, my personal pick would probably be the Chroma 2 case. This case has a lot to love both on the demand and the supply side. For starters, we have a great cheap AK, the AK Elite build that's sitting in the blue tier. In the purple tier, we have an op, although it is the Worm God, so not the most desired op. The pink tier is admittedly pretty lackluster, but the Galil Eco seems to be one of the more popular Galils, and the 5/7 Monkey business is kind of more of a meme skin, and with the new sticker system that could potentially have some sort of an effect, although very minor. And at the red tier, one of the most iconic skins in the entire game for one of the most used weapons in the entire game, the M4A1S Hyper Beast. The other red completely sucks, but in all fairness, it's a pretty cool Mac 10 as far as Mac 10s go. And of course, it offers the Chroma knife finishes, which means great Doppler gems. So to me, at least on the demand side, this case really fits the bill. There's a lot of really cool, really beloved skins in this case, at pretty much every tier. And of course, it's in the rare drop pool and it's been there for quite a while, so its supply is diminishing over time. The other nice thing about it is that on Steam at least, it's sitting at $2 $2.33, which is not that much more expensive than the Chroma 3 case, which is another case that people have been talking about. Now, in case you're not really sold on the Chroma 2 case, I felt it was important to give you a secondary pick here, also because I really think this case has a lot of potential as well, and that is the Prisma case. The Prisma case is really everything you could want in a case. It's only 66 cents and in the rare drop pool. It's got an AK at the blue tier, it's got one of the best ops in the entire game at the purple tier. Again, pink tier kinda sucks, but the red tier features the M4 Emperor, which is probably the most popular M4 in the entire game. The knives aren't exactly anything super crazy, but having chroma finishes on the Talon and the Stiletto is still a fairly big deal, despite them being quite a lot less popular than things like a Karambit. I also figured I'd talk about the long-term potential of the Kilowatt case now that it's in the game. There's a lot to love in this case. It doesn't have a particularly insane blue tier or anything like that, but it's got a pretty nice purple tier with the M4 Etchlord and the Glock block. Its pink tier is a huge upgrade from the other ones we've talked about, with the M4 Black Lotus being arguably the best M4 they've ever released. A USP in the pink tier never really hurts either. And of course, it's the induction of Zeus skins into the game, which honestly isn't really that big of a deal. People still really aren't going to use the Zeus very much, but I guess it's a gimmick. It's got kukri knives, which people are kinda 50-50 on right now. Some people really like it, some people don't really like it. And the red tier is really nice. The Op Chrome Cannon is a huge sleeper hit. The AK Inheritance is one of the cleanest and best looking AKs in the entire game. I mean, this is up there with the Danger Zone Reds, one of the better red tiers of all cases ever. I see this case being alright, but I still think there's going to be better options at the time. We'll get more Zeus skins, and we'll probably eventually get chroma and gamma finishes for the kukri knife, so it's not like this case is going to be anything particularly super unique and special, so I think it'll fall somewhere in the middle of the pack. It's important to note that cases are still pretty widely available. You're guaranteed to get at least one case every single time you get a drop, so the supply of active duty cases is really going to kind of bubble over time, and rare drop cases will show up a little bit more often as well, just because you do get a guaranteed case drop. So going forward, the supply of cases will kind of increase from prior years of CSGO, but I don't think that factor is big enough to ruin cases as an investment forever. So I think their future investment potential is probably going to be a little bit more stagnant than previous years, but they'll still be a really solid long-term investment that you can kind of just sit on and sort of have something that's relatively safe, while also having a low-cost entry point, allowing you to buy a large quantity of them. So at least to me, the future for cases looks relatively bright. Anyway guys, that's all I have for you today. I wanted to thank you a lot for the support on the previous video. You guys really blew that one out of the water. I'll probably be getting a part 2 for that video out after I complete a move that's ongoing in real life right now. But anyway, if you want to join my amazing community on Discord, or you want to check out my Twitter, there's links below for that. Like the video if you enjoyed it, costs you absolutely nothing, and it helps me immensely. Subscribe to the channel for the best CS2 investment tips anywhere else on YouTube, and be sure to check out Skins Monkey with the first link in the description. Thanks guys, see you next time, peace.